everybody. I'm back in the kitchen cooking supper today. And I've already got, what I'm going to have on the stove, I've got white beans and ham cooking. It's going to be so good. And I've also got kraut with smoked sausage cooked in it. Got that going. And right here, I already have my macaroni and cheese, or actually my macaroni. It's done. Juices are cooked out. And so you hear my microwave beeping, so that is my mixture. This mixture I'm adding to my macaroni. It's about 6 ounces of Velveeta cheese, a tablespoon of butter, and about a half a cup of milk. So my macaroni is still good and hot. I just took it off the stove, and I'm going to add this mixture to it. A lot of people will make a roux for their macaroni and cheese. I never have, to be honest with you. I just like the taste of Velveeta. Sometimes I'll shred some sharp cheddar and put it in there. I don't have any, so today it's just Velveeta. I love a good creamy macaroni and cheese. Sometimes I put it in the oven with some cheese on top, kind of let the cheese brown. Today I'm not going to do that. Sometimes it just kind of dries it out. I'm sure there's a recipe where it wouldn't dry it out, but I just like this. I'm going to come in closer and look how good and cheesy this is. Wade is being a dear and filming for me today. See how cheesy and creamy that is? So I'm going to sit this back on the stove and let it stay warm, and then I'm going to make some cornbread. So let me get this over there. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to make my buttermilk cornbread. Homemade buttermilk cornbread. Okay, so what I'm using today is I always use white lily, whether it's self-rising flour or whether it's self-rising cornmeal. Today I'm using self-rising cornmeal. And I'm going to add 2 cups of self-rising cornmeal in here. Woo. I mean, you can use whatever cornmeal you like. It's totally up to you. My precious mama always used white lily. And so that's what I'm using. A little bit more. Alright. And to this, I'm going to add a cup of buttermilk. Always make sure you shake your buttermilk before you use it, because it all settles to the bottom, it seems like. There's a cup of buttermilk. And you want your cornbread mixture to be wet. You want it to be pourable. We may need to add a little bit more. We'll just wait and see once we get everything added. I don't know why, but some days are different than others. And to this, some people will add melted butter, which you absolutely can. I always add some canola oil. And I'm not going to measure it, but it's about 3 tablespoons. 2 to 3, depending on your liking. And also, to my cornbread mixture, I'm going to add 2 eggs. And once again, that's your preference. If you want to add 3 eggs or 4 eggs, it's completely up to you. 2 is suitable for me. There's so many different ways to make cornbread. Everybody's got their own recipe, family recipes. This is how my mama did it, and so this is how I'm doing it. So I'm going to mix this all together. And I might need to add some more buttermilk, we'll see. Because like I said, we do want it pourable. We don't want a thick batter. See how it's kind of thick? So I need to add a little bit more buttermilk. And we'll just add a little bit at a time until we get it to the consistency we need. And that's just something you'll have to eyeball. It's kind of like making gravy or biscuits. You just kind of have to eyeball it. And you'll be able to tell the more that you make it, what you need to add next time or keep out. Just one of those things you learn as you go kind of thing. See how it's pourable? It's not real thick. You kind of pour it. So this is the stage that we want it. Just make sure you mix it good. You don't want to over mix it, but just make sure you mix it good enough to where all the eggs and stuff are combined in your mixture. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get my skillet. I think we're pretty close. I'm going to get my skillet out of the oven, and we'll pour up the cornbread. Right, so my skillet has come to temperature. I just heard my stove beep. So I'm going to get my skillet out, and we'll get our cornbread out there. I'm hoping you can hear the sizzle. I set my oven to 425. See how it's horrible? I'm not sure if you can hear that sizzle or not. It's sizzling. Sometimes I make my cornbread with just regular milk. If I have buttermilk on hand though, I like to use it because it just makes a really moist, very flavorful cornbread. You don't want to fill your skillet all the way up because this is going to rise. Just kind of even it out in the middle. Come a little bit closer away and look at where it's bubbling where the grease got hot. See that? That's what you want to see. And a cast iron skillet is the key to good cornbread. So I'm going to stick this in the oven and let it cook probably for about 20 to 25 minutes until it turns golden brown. Alright, so we'll check on it and let you know how it turns out. Hey there, it's time for me to take my cornbread out of the oven. Look. It's hot. So it's kind of a golden brown on top. I need to change gloves. That one's going in my hand. Anyway, I thought I had a glove. Oh, I've got it on my hand. What's wrong with me? This is the cornbread. I'm fixing to put it out on the plate. Look at that. Alright, turn my oven off. See how it's golden? Listen to this. How crunchy. Alright. And I'm going to show you how my mama said to cut cornbread. You know, so you can just cut it in a slice if you want to, but she was used to cutting it for the family. So you would cut it down the middle, and then you would cut it in the opposite direction, and then you would slice it, and then turn it and slice it again. Since it's just way not eating tonight, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece here. Look at this. Look how fluffy. It is so moist and fluffy on the inside and crunchy on the outside. So what I've done, everything I have for dinner is ready. I was going to go ahead and show you how I fix my plate. I've already put in my plate some of the sauerkraut with smoked sausage and the macaroni and cheese. And I want to reiterate, I'm going back to the cornbread. It's good to use a cast iron skillet. Make sure you put a little oil or bacon grease or butter in it first. Preheat it in the oven, then take it out and pour your cornbread mixture in it. That's what gives it this nice crunch on the outside. And going back to the macaroni and cheese, I didn't use a pound box of macaroni, elbow macaroni. I used about a half a pound. And then I used my cheese, milk, and butter mixture to pour over that. So what I'm going to do is put my cornbread, what I really want to do is slather this in butter. So, but I ain't going to cut this end off because I like the crunchy end by itself. This is how I like my beans over my cornbread. Just break it apart. And then look at this. Goodness. Come in here. You see it? I cook these beans out slow with ham. I save my ham hocks. That a little bit of juice, and that's supper tonight, y'all. I want to thank Wade for videoing for me today. I appreciate you so much, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank all of you so much for supporting me and watching my channel. And subscribe if you haven't. That way you'll be notified when I do a new video. Like it if you like the content. Just let me know. And let me know how you make your cornbread. I would love to know. There's so many different recipes. And what kind of sausage are weenies? We actually called it growing up kraut and weenies. Or kraut and wieners growing up. But we like to use smoked sausage or kielbasa. I use kielbasa a lot of times too. But just give me a thumbs up and let me know if you like these recipes. And I thank you so much for watching my channel. Have a great afternoon. Bye.